Everything has an end. It was time. After her training, Talia was now ready to face Thanos in the shadow of absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Talia.
What is this gold pickaxe? I don't know what the pickaxe is. Just for context, I wait until Twitch actually sends a notification, usually, that I'm live streaming, just because I know then we're already at the point where it's actually recording. Also, like, for this, like, we don't need to do anything extra. Like, we could go in and maybe delete save data, but also, I don't have any. Are these free? I don't have any of the DLC, which I think, I know that one is the actual campaign. I don't know about the other ones. I'm going to assume maybe. Oh, reset. Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
The shadow of absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Talia. A long, long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's super-secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius evil joyfully burst from its super-secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't give a hoot about its minions' evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well. The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the perfect target in mind. The great paladin Tanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Twistram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Talia.
Well now, Talia, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father, I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
Really? Excellent! I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Tanos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. I mean, your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whumph! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered, animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family. The shadow of the far-off evil found itself very, very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors. And there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. I trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry, I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature, but, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light. Lanterns! Lanterns everywhere! Lanterns! You'd think some nutcase hung them all over the place just to be irritating. I'm supposed to be the evil one here. Whatever. The shadow of the nestled cozily before the fireplace evil was extremely sensitive to light and would inevitably take damage from it. It was important to avoid light as much as possible. The shadow reached the entrance to Twistrom. Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers, as long as it wasn't in the light.
It's that button. I think it's this one. You're supposed to be using this ability. I don't know.
The shadow of absolute evil melded with the guard and took control of his body. Thus, it was able to pass through the gate with ease.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Sure I was. I already got the thing. Let's jump to him. Other side. Dude, you're. Oh, am I supposed to? Okay. I don't really tell you much.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with that last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate. The shadow's target was close, so close. Talia, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
Well, I don't know.
I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, this orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
Yeah, all right, we'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terrors or errors or something like that.
Stop holding the lantern in my face like that, boy. I am Grimly, king of the dwarves. And I the cold, dark tunnels under the mountains. I have no need of any stupid lamp shining into me eye. Now I'm stuck with that damn pointy-eared... I mean, my good friend Tamos's foster daughter. Curse him. A dark elf is a dark elf, and nothing will change that. The girl will always be tainted. Should have cut her ears off when I had the chance. Enough chit-chat, men. You stay here and secure the area. I have to go check my invention. Stay alert. I can feel something evil lurking in the area. And it's not just that damn pointy-eared... I mean, that elf.
After this cliche, in the distance, one could hear the unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes with lanterns began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
Yep, this game has a pretty bad problem of, starting a conversation just for you to move forward. Like, not even, much.
To see so many of you here of your own.
That will, and it would just cut to the new conversation. You're like, dude, I just wanted to hear the other one.
Finally, the time had come, and the shadow of the passes in the slow lane evil was within range of Talia, the dark elf. The time had come for it to use its incredible powers to possess her for a short time.
My dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it. Die! Like lambs to the slaughter! I feel the power within me. It's over 9,000!
Unimagined powers surfaced in Talia, the black magic of the Dark Elves. She immediately began to unleash these powers of chaos upon the world.
Like lambs to the slaughter!
The Dark Elf raged through Twistrom's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focus beam, while screaming, Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Talia to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clonking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Talia had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistrom. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Talia withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, between the slaughterhouse and Mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely ultimately evil. A dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Talia's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster daughter's dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong.
Yep. We're actually getting into building now.
Twistrum looked like the leftovers from a heavy metal concert.
What? What have I done? Oh no! I've fallen to evil again. Father will be beside himself. He was right when he said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Although, in a way, it was fun to be evil. Burning things, pillaging, and showing those nasty goody two-shoes where the hammer hangs. They just look down at me anyway. My revenge will be terrible.
While Talia was delivering a typical villainous monologue, something happened around her. From the depths arose a pulsating crystal, filled with the magic-savvy evil's power. A dungeon heart. Not to be confused with those dungeon hearts from other games. We don't want to be sued again.
Hello, greetings. What seems to be your boggle?
Secret mental messages were exchanged between Talia and the mentally savvy evil's crystal. We could explain this in detail at this point, but that would require a 3-hour monologue on my part, and I am definitely not being paid enough for that.
Right then. I will make these people suffer for mocking me. Father's henchmen never liked me anyway, and always insulted me, calling me pointy-eared. It's time for my well-deserved revenge!
The game logic internalizing evil had given Talia an assignment. Out there on the surface were shamelessly good places in urgent need of destruction.
Nah, no problem. I'll take care of it. I and an evil army.
Naturally, the strategically well-versed evil did not send its new general into battle alone. A dungeon had to be built, and creatures hired to provide her with a powerful army. Of course, the sophisticatedly thinking evil already knew which way the wind blew in a dungeon. However, should it be hit by short-term memory loss, it could effortlessly look up things in the fabulous almanac.
Oh, yeah. Something, yeah. This is how the game is.
The grandiose evil's helpers had not been idle. Well, they hadn't exhausted themselves either, but anyway, there were now some research projects the researching evil could pursue. The new improved research menu, TM, was now available. The new improved research menu, TM, opened and gave an overview of currently available technologies. At the moment, the selection was still limited, but that would change. After all, this evil crusade had only just begun.
Yep. So you have dungeon entrances which people come in from. Come and attack you. Usually it's best to do something to delay them, just because if you can delay them. I don't care about that right now. You also get random event from just digging. I want that. Then where else do I need something mad about this? I guess I should probably state this. I over like I'm not particularly good at these types of games. I like
pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting.
only are you yeah, no. I don't think I could take that out.
Ouch!
I know they're weak. Do we not?
Payday.
So these rooms have efficiency. It's not that one. Pretty much, as long as you have it enclosed, its efficiency is pretty decent. Later on, you can put a door on to put more efficiency, but it's that one. Which one is it? It is that one.
Give me my order.
To grab all you, please.
There are countless spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting.
Hey!
But you somewhat fine.
Hey!
Your people level up, except for Talia. You strictly get that via the menu.
What's up?
We want that one, which
Blinding beams of light met the dauntless evil's creatures. They briefly squinted at the disgusting brightness. Finally, they grinned, satisfied. At last, they were able to carry the battle to the good people and were not limited to protecting themselves in a dungeon, as is the case with other representatives of the genre.
Follow me, son.
What is going on here? I feel a disturbance in the force.
The deeds of the conspicuous evil and its henchmen.
You know, I need to just sit there and just wait.
Even a blind man could see the destruction they left behind them. As idiotic heroes do, they sent out a small patrol to scout the area.
Move out, men. Have a look around and report back to me. While I would love to accompany you myself, I'm currently, teaching myself to play the ukulele.
That is something we want to take out, but we want one of these first. Can we go through here? So the top, up top, it goes, first one is 9 out of 9. That's how many snots you have, your builders. The second one is how many like how much army you can actually have, which is 4 out of 5 right now. Then it is...
The armies of evil reach one of those disgustingly good places that had survived the destruction of Twistram. The ice-cold hand and evil would deal with it immediately.
Then it's the green symbol, which is the horde people. This side, the blue is undead, the red is demons. Then the final one is a different category. We're not going to be getting it anytime soon. Then it's gold, mana, then evil. Gold you get from mining. Mana you get from generating from
destroyed and turned into a hotbed of evilness. Cracks formed on the surface, and something, guess, evil rose from the depths. This evilness, in a practical spherical form, was the sweet lifeblood which flowed through the personified evil's veins. It stimulated the armies of evil and swelled their power. All this lofty blah blah without any impact on the game aside, it was another resource primarily or exclusively used for more powerful research. Delicious evilness flowed into the dungeon heart and filled it with power. New research was thus made available, which would help the dungeon to even greater power. The impatient evil immediately began to research something.
The evil is kinda your limiting factor. It's gonna be what's keeping you from automatically getting the best, well, the higher tier stuff. The other thing is, each type of unit has one of these. It's just a infinite upgrading that you can just upgrade the damage reduction, damage from spells, all that. It's just there so you can actually actually, you know, keep going.
Hey, keep your hands to yourself.
The other thing is,
What?
your people will go on strike if they do not have food. Do not have food. Don't get paid. Any of that. First things first. You do go ahead because.
What do you want me to do?
Like they can be attacked and they're being attacked and they're just holding a sign. Like they won't do anything. So when they're out here, if I'm not mistaken, they auto grab food, money, and all of that. I think. I know they auto grab pay out here. Over here, please. Yep. So right now, our army's quite limited. From what I've encountered, it seems to be best to have the orcs. They're gonna be your main tanks. The goblins are more. They get less aggro. But it's probably best to have the same number of Nagas as your orcs, just so, because they can only heal one at a time. So it's best to have your tanks actually fully healed.
Oh no! The studio burned down, and I was going to come here tonight for Pilates.
The other thing is, the reason why I did this is you do get heroes coming into your dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Hey, where does this lead? We should take a closer look.
The first heroes had discovered the not-so-well-hidden evil's dungeon and now entered its depths. Of course, the insidious evil had already prepared a despicable reception for them. At least I hope so.
Even if that's not the case, I will kill these ridiculous do-gooders myself.
Well, we
They
can't.
will pay for mocking me over the years. Wait a minute. What am I saying? Those are my friends. How can I plan their deaths?
Talia had chosen an extremely unfavorable time for moral doubts. Luckily, her evil dark elf heritage prevailed.
Huh? The armies of evil here? Damn it all, how did that happen? Time to call out the heavy guns. Excuse me, sir. Wouldn't it make more sense if we attacked all at once? Where's the fun in that? Wave after wave, that's a strategy for real men.
Thanks to the enemy's limited tactical finesse, their destruction was virtually unavoidable. So it was time to decorate for the victory celebration. To get the...
They're going to be child's play. Leave them to me. I mean, hold them back and let them hit you while I deal with them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mainly go demons or undead. That's more by, their design more than anything. Demons can generate mana. Undead just kind of pop back into existence. So, Horde, when they die, they're dead until later on when you actually get the method of reviving them, which would still require you to have undeads. I didn't put the tome on anyone. Actually, yeah, let's go do that. Um, yeah, so, we have two of them. I don't want, maybe if we had a, these are just different, titles you can kind of give them. It's anywhere from, this unit regenerates life. This unit has increased critical hit chance. Depending on, as they level up, they have more requirements and all that, so, one of the coolest ones I would have to say is one called, pretty much that, so the entire thing with it is, they put their amount of wage into the gold instead of taking. Now, depending on the level of the creature, that could be a lot. Oh, if you guys are hungry, eat. Okay, yeah, you guys should.
Death to the hero!
The one thing I can say is it can be a little annoying. You can, like, bring everyone out, then you have to immediately turn around because people are attacking the dungeon. There's a whole lot of things that could happen. Your people are going on strikes because, you know, they're not fed. There's something all the way back here. Ooh, that one's pretty good.
Who do you want there?
Can we go up here? Yes. So, these things, you can run over and collect them by hand, or you can have, someone sitting on it, collecting them. You're going to get it either way. It all depends kind of on if you want it now or not. If you're wanting it now, yeah, go and do it. Or you can just go capture another one, and you're gonna get more now.
The second island of the good was mercilessly overrun by the strategically savvy evil's hordes and turned into an evil island. Soon, more of that exquisite evilness would be bubbling to the surface. Excellent. Even better than in Dungeons 2. Not that I'm out to plug it or its fantastic add-on or anything. I'd never do that.
Also, I would have loved to start with the Dungeons 1, but it not on Xbox.
Take that!
So. Also, you can stop them from attacking your dungeon just by taking out their encampments. It's the blue things on the what is this one?
What's up?
It's the tent icons. Destroy this one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Which we probably have one on the way over to the dungeon right now.
The good camp has been destroyed. Victory is ours. Evil is victorious. Good thing I switched sides.
And so it was that the good camp was destroyed by the battle-wise evil's army. Now it was time to take over all of the good islands, but that would be a cakewalk. Easy as stealing candy from a baby. Candy from a baby? Simple. My arse. Ever tried it? The screaming and crying and fetching their parents and family as reinforcements, and those little beasts bite pretty damn hard. Not that I have any personal experience.
The ultimate, chaotic, absolute, whatever evil will be happy. I am. Father is gonna be so angry. Do you really know what you're doing? You wanted to be good. You had dedicated yourself to the light. Stop and really think about your deeds.
Can you please just stop with the golem thing? We already had too many Lord of the Rings gags in the last 2 games. Enough is enough.
Yeah, exactly. Just shut it, good me. Everything good must die. Ow!
Talia and the destructive evil's army had succeeded in destroying Twistram and the surrounding area. Good no longer existed in this land.
Oi! What the hell happened here?
Apparently, not quite all of the good guys were defeated. The dwarven King Grimly, an old drinking buddy of Tanos the Paladin, was just touring the country with his exorbitantly large army to ensure everything was in order. Thank God, the foresighted evil had provided for this contingency. The dungeon heart was charged with evilness and enough energy to act as a teleporter. For Talia, of course.
Ooh, good. Then all the best, brave warriors, and stop them! Right! I'm out of here.
With a plop, Talia dissipated and disappeared to a faraway and safe place. The rest of the sacrificing evil's creatures looked astonished as their general fled, but only for a moment, as they already found themselves facing an unpleasant army of good.
This is the work of that damn pointy-eared wench. I always warned Thanos that those miserable dark elves couldn't be trusted. Criminals, the lot of them. But enough is enough. I'm going to find that shifty witch and use her ears as bookmarks.
Yep. These get more and more complicated with each one. What? What is this one?
The Gehenna Stones. After leaving the vestiges of Tristram, Talia set out for the Gehenna Stones. They served as seals to keep the demons banished in hell, where Tanos himself had exiled them. Her so-called foster father's act would soon be undone.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm probably actually gonna
After
call it
her
after
hasty
this one.
departure, Talia now found herself a few kilometers, or miles, yards, or stone throws, depending on whatever crazy units are used where you are, away. She had managed to escape Grimly's forces, even if one or two evil creatures had to die. But hey, that comes with the job. The incredibly foresighted evil hadn't brought Talia here for nothing. The ancient Gehenna stones were nearby. Tanos once banished some demonic minions to hell and used these ancient magic relics to seal them there. Unfortunately, it was unclear how these seals could be broken.
I was there back in the day when Tanos banished the demons and sealed the stones. I can open them! But should I really do it? These unearthly beings terrorize the land and... Oh, shut up, good Talia!
So, you know how to open the seal. Excellent. Devious evil is obviously nobody's fool. It all feels like a real plan.
I just have to get through to the seals, then I can open them. But I need protection from the elemental guardians while I do so.
Okay, that should be doable. Get Talia to the seals, guard her while she opens them. First, however, it would definitely be a good idea to build a powerful dungeon in order to be prepared for any heroes stationed in the area.
I might be calling it soon. I have a headache going on, so I'm gonna decide after we complete this. Wish there is a research hotkey.
Come on! I want Tanos' head.
There's something funny going on around here. My knee is itching where I caught that arrow. Men, check it out.
The presence of Talia and the conspicuous evil's army had not gone undiscovered, and the first miserable heroes were already on their way to the dungeon.
Where we will, of course...
Talia can't take this.
Move, you lazy dung beetles! Get ready! You always have to be so unfriendly? I mean, really? Can't we just talk about this? I know this really good psychiatrist and... Don't force me to hit myself!
Yes. As our protagonist sank into one of her disputes with herself, the heroes spread across the surface. There were disgustingly good places near the dungeon, which would look much better as islands of evilness instead, especially since that evilness could be used for new technologies.
What is that unbearable place doing right in front of my dungeon? Disgusting! Creatures, advance! Destroy that thing! Oh, are you sure you want to do that, Talia? Shouldn't we sit down in a circle and talk about it one more time? Are you still here? Honestly, can't you see, I'm busy destroying everything that is good. I don't have time for this disassociative identity order nonsense.
Stop doing the Therese and Jeanette thing.
I want Tanos's head. Just wait. Take that, you worm!
It's payday.
I am the evil. Hey!
Delicious evilness dribbled into the thereupon feasting evil's dungeon. This could be immediately sacrificed to the excellent idea of completing 1 or 2 new research projects.
I think I want to take out this place. I'm gonna take out these first before I even tackle those. We have people come to the dungeon. Ooh, another one of those. I don't know if they're here yet, but there are infinite. There's ones of these that are called like diamond veins. They're infinite. Talia, you should be able to take that guy out.
Power is indescribable.
Technically, we could start building traps, but none of the traps we could build could actually really kill. Now, late game. So my favorite thing is to just build this trap called the Crusher. It crushes.
I want Thanos' head.
I overbuild them because, it's better to have more of them than you need than not enough. So. Yeah, right now, we're kind of in a weird situation because the only range people we have is Talia and the Nagas, but the Nagas also will prioritize healing over anything else. So. And also, they're not going to be done healing anytime soon for right now, because that kind of how that's how the Nagas are at the beginning. So. Dude, guys, can you not? Build a Tinker's Cave.
Heyday.
Not good. Wouldn't be really
Men,
worthwhile, but
take a look at this. There's something strange going on here.
A local patrol unhappily stumbled into the area of the Gehenna Stones. They wouldn't leave without a fight, just the way I like it.
Just the way I like it.
Wait a moment, I just said that. Are you trying to steal my lucrative narrator contract? Back off! I know where your car is. The homicidal evil had researched the Tinkerer's Cave. This perfidious room was used by the even more perfidious creatures of the Horde to build deadly traps and sturdy doors out of boring old toolboxes. The adventurous evil was keen to try this out right away. The first Tinkerer's Cave was finished and appeared solid enough. Soon the creatures of the Horde would gather here voluntarily or under the threat of beatings to build dangerous traps for unwary heroes.
Real quick. I need one more. I usually assign a goblin to it just because I don't usually bring them into battle, but so it's kind of
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Should have did the reverse of this. I should have made it one because yeah, two boxes will be our will be holding us back. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
What's up? Everything good must die.
It doesn't matter if I drag him in. Guess he has nothing to do with it.
Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah, this is kind of the reason why I go demon. They're pretty much all long range. Minus Succubus, I think.
Take that! Who do you want dead?
Enemies have entered the dungeon. It's payday. Defend the dungeon heart. There are enemies in your dungeon. Defend the dungeon heart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So I prefer using traps to the
A
guard
vortex could now be
outpost.
built. This excellent room makes it possible to create direct access to Hell by means of teleportation, or the gun from Portal, in order to hire funny, or sometimes not so funny, demons. The very curious evil soon began to build one of these vortexes. The first vortex was finished. Here, demons could be hired or resurrected after their inglorious death for a tiny fee of mana.
Mana? But I don't have any mana.
That's true. Yes, but luckily the Gehenna stones produced exactly that. What a wonderful coincidence.
Yep. Demons are kind of. The first unit is a range unit that also does a damage over time. Depending on how many of them you actually have, like, it's good. Like you can make. I know it's stupid, but if you make nothing but them and just go around. The only people who are actually going to give you trouble are the high defense people. At the same time, that's just 2 volleys of them for you to finish them off. Pretty good. I don't think there's an infinite diamond, but it doesn't matter if there is. Life energy. You take that because you're. Yeah, I need to leave them out, strictly just because of the fact that, like, I need them in there to actually, build the traps. And if we have some traps, we might not have to ever come, well, we still would have to come back. But, we won't have to go back to the, dungeon every attack. Like, that's how my usual dungeon setup is. Like, I don't have to go back to.
Ouch! Ouch! And stay down.
I have enough traps that it takes out, like, in-game, like, large armies. At the same time, it also doesn't kill any of them. That's more by the fact that there's different structures later on. That's just kind of good.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Let's see how this. You're not gonna come on. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be a Mac for now. Goblet.
The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Sir Goblin, where are oh. Yeah, we could be putting the floor traps down, but yeah. These attack multiple people. And more likely to actually hit.
You desire?
Yep, missions slowly but surely get more difficult. You're also unlocking new stuff throughout each mission. It also, like, it didn't matter if I reset or not. Because you don't, like, if you go back a mission, it doesn't care. Like, you get whatever you had on that mission. So here we would unlock the demons. Like, you can't just complete the game and then go back with overpowered stuff going through easy. So. Let's go and grab this. This army should be able to defend Talia. Yeah, and that's the final one. Oh, they attack off map. Let's sit here.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Yeah, these guys might not die because of the all this. Novice dies though. Okay. Let's set all of them to move here just because I don't trust sending one guy off on his own.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
last Gehenna stone is very close. Soon I will destroy it. Tanos will be beside himself. Ha 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 ha!
Apparently, there were a few elemental guardians who were not particularly pleased at someone fooling with the stones. They threateningly turned towards Talia. Of course, the defense-orientated evil would protect her at all costs.
Talia, what did you do? Why did you turn back to evil?
Father... Father, I don't know. I keep trying to turn back to good, but a part of me... God, just shut it, you weakling. Tanos, you and your minions always look down on me. Grimly insulted me without you ever saying a word. You drove me to this.
My child, that is not true. Look inside yourself. There's still a spark of good there. Let it guide you, and not this.
Whoops! Looks like I accidentally tripped on a cable or something. Unfortunately, Tanos could not continue to talk to Talia. What a pity. Undeterred, Talia continued to work on breaking the stone seal.
Huh? What? Oh, yes, of course. Ha. Soon the seal will be broken. It's done! The seal is broken! Oh, what have I done? May the goddess forgive me. Are you still here? Oh, come on. Can't you pour your heart out somewhere else?
While Talia was occupied with herself, again, the seal was completely broken. Several portals to a strange world opened in the dungeon. From them, a few extremely committed demons immediately sprang, ready to serve the releasing from exile evil. The Gehenna stones contained a ruthless and mighty magic that not only supplied the dungeon with mana, but was also very dangerous. This posed no problem for the danger-loving evil, as it was far away. Besides, the magic was only supposed to affect the heroes. With the patience of a fox, the insidious evil now waited for a few heroes to test this ruthless and powerful magic on a few unsuspecting guinea pigs at the cost of a little mana. Unfortunately, the Gehenna Stone's magic was not yet available again. Sad, but true.
Bye-bye, baby!
As with the first stone, a number of guardians came to life to attack Talia. In its wisdom, the foresighted evil had already prepared for this. Well, let's hope so anyway.
Talia, please, stop doing this. Return to the light. It took me many years, and I had to reload many previous save games before I finally managed to banish all these demons.
Father, I'm trying, but the evil, it's so strong.
Fight it, my child.
Don't forget that this stinker kept you locked up in a place that isn't called the fatiguing library for nothing for the last few years, and that his best friend is a dwarf who hates all elves. I know the narrator should normally be neutral and stay out of the story, but this guy's interjections are getting on my nerves when he's hundreds of miles away.
Right. You're not my father. You just took advantage of me. You claim to be an honest, decent paladin of good, and yet you allowed me to be mocked and insulted. I'm done with you.
Once Talia had returned to her true nature, she ignored Tanos and turned back to the stones.
This way, hobbits! I mean, evil creatures! Follow me! Done. The seal is broken.
Talia had conquered another Gehenna stone, this time even without an extended dialogue with her split personality.
Well, actually, I was about to...
Good grief, just shut up. Where were we? Oh yes. Once again, a huge jet of mana shot into the sky and a portal opened. Whether it led to the Winchester brothers, Buffies, Charmed, or whatever universe, demons ready to kill jumped out. As usual in good games which still have some game time to fill, there was yet a third stone to be conquered. Talia was already on her way. It's payday.
We're gonna need a new one.
What?
The third Gehenna stone was very close. And a third time, the Guardians rose to prevent Talia from fumbling with the Gehenna stone. Who would have thought?
Talia, I beg you.
What? You again? This chap's appearing for the third time already. What is he? The God's damn spirit of Christmas or something? Just shut up and let us get on with the game.
But
That's enough! She's not coming back to you. Get it? I reckon that after another 15 or 16 missions, she's gonna beat the ever-loving crap out of you.
But
My God, you just don't quit, do you? Okay. Talia, your job.
Shut up, Thanos! Can I say something here?
No. There are enemies in your dungeon. Dragons have nested in the underground. The Gehenna Stone's magic was ready for a new, hopefully deadly attack.
Finally, the last seal has been broken. Death to all that is good! Power to evil!
Indeed. Talia had conquered another of the Gehenna stones. Mana into the sky, demons out of the portal, blah blah blah, and so on. You know the score. Now, only the last of the Gehenna stones had to be taken.
Wait a minute, didn't you say a total of 3 stones? That was the 3rd stone already.
No, you're wrong about that.
No, I am not wrong. You said every good game has 3 goals.
I also said any good game.
True. Not much to say to that. Then it's off to number 4.
Yeah, later on, the way you actually generate mana is,
Everything good must...
there's a room in dungeon that, they would just go in and, generate, mana whenever they're, free.
Talia, normally all good things come in 3s. But after 4 stones, I will try one last time to bring you to your senses. Please stop what you are doing and return to good. Together we can wipe evil from the face of the earth.
Father, never! I will be the Queen of Evil and destroy all that is good!
These words should make everything crystal clear. Time to take the last stone. Unfortunately, an unsightly rock pile blocked the way to the 4th stone and had to be cleared out of the way. They're really leaving no stone unturned to work in a bit more game time, am I right? Very commendable. This rock heap was tougher than expected, and what the...
Was it you? My children are all dead. You will pay for that. I will crush you.
Okay, I didn't see that coming. Of course, the anticipating evil had already expected something like this, and plunged into the fight well prepared. I hope. Menacing crunch, the huge stone monster hit the ground. The stone-hewing evil had triumphed. It debated having a new bathroom built from the remains. Taking the 4th stone was now child's play. So easy, in fact, that we'll just cover it in a short cutscene and spare you all that annoying clicking. All the seals had now been broken, and the demons thirsted to unleash chaos, destruction, and folk music upon the world at the ultimate evil's side. Okay, maybe I made that last point out. Grimly was still searching for the Dark Elf and the evil around her. On the other hand, she had asserted herself against her father Tanos and resisted the forces of good. But by the time his spies, much to their horror, found the Gehenna stones destroyed, the inconspicuous evil's army had already moved on. The
marksman.
Ash Spring Swamplands. While Grimly Hammerhand's henchmen were looking for Talia and the Absolute Evil's army, they in turn were slowly marching through the gloom of the Ash Spring Swamplands towards the dwarven town of Steelsmith. This idyllic area provided the unique opportunity to secure additional allies, undead. Whilst elsewhere, Grimly's scouts took the trouble to turn every stone in their search for Talia, and I mean that literally. She was marching towards the town of Steelsmith, the seat of the Dwarven King. However, after a not in the least bit subtle hint from the not at all tactful Evil, she had taken a little detour through the Ash Spring Swamplands. Here, the ancient, cursed bones of long-forgotten soldiers lay uneasy in their graves, waiting only for the necessary nudge to finally rise and play the Talking Dead, or whatever it's called. Unfortunately, and of course purely coincidentally, Grimly, the racist Dwarven King, was also currently in Ash Spring.
Aye, chop more wood. I don't have enough resources. I want to build a barracks to hire knights and foot soldiers. I also need some for these palisades. Which idiot is responsible for this, please? My right toe could build a better defence on its own. Now, fix it, and over there, we'll build a watchtower. Or two.
Grimly is here. Excellent. I'll beat every single God's-damned prejudice out of that bearded, drunk's alcohol-soaked carcass. And some of these undead wannabes lying around here in their graves are going to help me. Let's see how that drunken idiot likes facing a few brain-hungry zombies. Not that he needs to be afraid with that little bird brain of his. Talia? Are you sure you don't want to reconsider? Undead? How low have we sunk? Ugh. Are you still there? I thought I'd finally seen the last of you in the previous mission. Anyway, shut up and let me work. I must raise the living dead.
So in order to start the Night of the Living Dead, our protagonist, the currently eating a chicken leg Evil's envoy, had to reach the region's larger cemeteries and recruit their undead. Ah! One of the lucky Evil's little snots had discovered a hidden arcanium. Here demons could create valuable mana, which on the one hand they themselves needed, while on the other could also be used for powerful spells. And so it was that the first demon began to generate powerful mana in the arcanium. Ah! delicious manner, I like to spread it on my Sunday morning croissant as my wife passes me a cup of tea and massages my feet as I open the newspaper to the obituaries. But back to the subject. Manner was also important to the couldn't care less about Sunday morning croissants evil because, on the one hand, his higher level demons loved the stuff, and on the other hand, it could be used to cast powerful spells. Of course, the excited evil couldn't wait to promptly try it out.
I will destroy this land.
Isn't that palisade finished yet? Get a move on, you lazy goddamn slackers! I knew it. That damn pointy-eared wench is sneaking around here somewhere. Let's go, men. Double the watches and leave something for me.
Ah, you have no chance against me and the ultimate evil. I can smell your beer breath all the way down into my dungeon, you drunken shrimp.
Spread out and find her.
The presence of the inconspicuous as a rainbow-colored dog evil's army was no longer a secret. In fact, it was amazing it had escaped the warriors of good for so long. Well, their leader was a dwarf and he had lots of beer, but I digress. Hopefully the dungeon's defenses are ready. Payday. There are enemies in your dungeon. Your little snots have uncovered a dragon's nest. Dragons are stealing your gold.
Evil will triumph!
I can't drink enough beer to make you lazy dogs bearable.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Payday.
Probably gonna go straight to the to this. So that's because, if I'm not mistaken, generate undead for you. I don't remember. If I'm not mistaken, it gives you abilities, so it's...
The oblivious evil's armies had reached one of the Ash Spring tombs, but unfortunately they had forgotten Talia, who was indispensable to the motivation of the undead.
Ouch! Bye-bye, baby! dead. Up you get! Fight for me and regain your honor. I am Isildur's heir. I mean, the deathly pale evil's messenger. Fight for me, and I will consider your oath fulfilled. An oath that you never swore. Excuse me, I seem to have mixed a few things up.
Splendid speech, but good enough for the mindless hordes buried here, who excitedly signaled their approval, even if it was with nothing more than a moaned bruise. And so, the Walking Dead arose to serve the abominable evil. And of course, his eloquent envoy with the split personality.
Hey! I can hear you!
I certainly hope so. I don't want to just waste my insults.
We'll talk later. Go, undead. Destroy the living.
If you worked any slower, you'd be going backwards!
Just wait. Hasta la vista, baby.
The Walking Dead set out to destroy all living things. All good living things, of course.
Evil is unstoppable!
It's payday.
Dude, what is this room? So, even I would have to find that.
The Walking Dead set out to destroy all living things. All good living things, of course.
Yep, I'm not going to lie, so it's kind of just, if you have
Born
places...
babies and work faster and cry less than you lazy dogs.
Good job. Yep. I don't have that.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Hey, keep your hands to yourself.
And zombies rose from their graves.
What do we actually need now? Place for you to sleep. Let's just do that so we have extra. Ooh, hold on. Before I forget, we have a bigger army. I'm gonna need to increase that.
What can I do?
It's
I
payday.
want you guys to march over there, please.
And zombies rose from their graves.
As long as, no, you drag them go
Give
there,
your
please.
orders.
Steelsmith wasn't built in a day, but if you lame asses had been there, the entrance gate still wouldn't be finished!
Do you want it?
Yep, demons, it doesn't matter if they die. Like, hold on. Yep, they just kind of pop back here, and they just need the, snots to bring, mana over, which will revive them.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
So that's kind of the reason why I didn't really care if the demon died, just because he's going to come back.
I'm the Queen of Evil.
Guys, back up, back up, back up. Because we don't want the patrol coming.
And stay down. Undead joined the monstrous evil, and and with a spirited, if moaned, brains, staggered off towards the human defenders, the glorious...
Hey, that's my text. You don't even appear in this dialogue at all.
Your problem for taking such a long ciggy break. I'll take over your job in the long run. That's something we can both agree on.
Are your two personalities conspiring against me? Huh. As a narrator, I am unsurpassed. If you heard the stories I tell in the bar on weekends... forget about that. Additional undead have been secured for the insidious evil. Suddenly, a few dissatisfied bears appeared directly in front of Talia. Exactly, bears. And they attacked...
Hey!
This had nothing to do with a certain narrator's injured pride, but made total sense within the framework of the story. And zombies rose from their graves.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this spell is like the best spell. Like, hands down, just being able to teleport back and be like, no, I don't care where my army was. It's just really good.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Yeah, I didn't
Ouch! Evil is unstoppable! And stay down!
There are enemies in your dungeon. And again, the brain-hungry zombies rose against the human defenses.
That's probably going to be all of the troops I actually need. I want more mana, just because. This is also another one that you, like, any of these like empty places you can kind of put, because it doesn't need efficiency. Like, I think the efficiency only really applies to how much mana they generate. How do I rotate this? Like, if I really wanted to, I could go in and just I think for that one I would actually have to do that. then it would probably be best to just put that there. Doors kinda act as walls for efficiency's sake. Like, it will pretty much not when the doors open, that's when the efficiency's like being taken away for like the wall
The Walking
not
Dead
being
set out to destroy
full.
all living things. All good living things, of course.
You need to stay here.
Isn't that palisade finished yet? Get a move on, you lazy goddamn slackers!
What's up?
Payday.
Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The only reason why I'm putting any in Horde right now is because the damage reduction. It's nice to keep your tanks alive.
Show him.
Which kind... Ooh, they're full on attacking. What did you drop? Ooh, you pick that one up, please. Also, real quick.
Evil will triumph.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
I want Tanos's head. I want Tanos's head.
The only reason why I'm putting it on the healers is because if I can have them not heal each other, that leaves them up for one more person. So, more personal preference than anything. Yeah, technically putting them on the tanks would also be good, or putting it on any of the demons, just because you can't heal demons or undead. But, now, the only one that I would go away from that suggestion for is any of the elites. Strictly because if you could have your elite stay out for longer and just not care,
More power!
Talia?
Even more undead. Yes, walk my mindless hordes and destroy the living. Do you always have to be so evil? Ugh. Is that a trick question? Naturally! Who, if not me?
And even more undead marched against the human defenses in the glamorous evil's name. They didn't stand a chance. But suddenly, and this had nothing to do with the protagonist's previous insults, evil bears once again appeared to attack Talia.
Hey, it's all right, okay? You can keep your job. I'm sorry.
Almost miraculously, a bolt of lightning hit the bears and killed them on the spot. Amazing. But of course, it all made sense within the greater framework of this story. And the living dead rose. Payday.
What are you doing, you deadbeats? Are you seriously going to let a few old corpses get the better of you? Take care of this, baby, before I kick your asses so hard you fly all the way to Stormbreeze, where you can tell Thanos personally what a bunch of goddamn cowards you really are.
And again, the brain-hungry zombies rose against the human defenses.
Oh yeah, demons auto heal. Like,
to leave you now because I have to prepare something back home. But you hold the fort here. Got it? Good. Then take care of them.
With these heroic words, grimly the great dwarf king took to his heels and ran. Some might think it cowardly.
Yes, the damn coward. But we'll get him and then we'll organize an intervention. We'll tear him a new one.
My goodness, what a turn of phrase. Outrageous. Still, it was a desire I can only agree with. Come on, for the validation-craving evil. And again, the brain-hungry zombies rose against the human defenses.
Everything good?
Newborn babies would work faster and cry less than you lazy dogs.
Also, this game has a pretty bad, like, it gets laggy when, a lot of things are going on.
Ouch! Ouch!
And the good people's defensive camp went up in flames. The pitiful survivors ran in panic and dispersed in all directions.
Ha! Those cowards! See how they run! Isn't that funny?
It does have something comical about it. Even the zombies emitted a laughing moan before pushing on to get some tasty brains before the others did.
Dude, I wish I had the upgrade which allowed these guys to outrange them.
And the living dead rose.
What's up? Who do you want dead?
Should probably wait for, they're not really gonna be doing much. Oh, that burnt down.
And again, the brain-hungry zombies rose against the human defenses.
Now it is time to find Grimly and give him his rightful punishment.
What rightful punishment?
Oh, rightful or not, what do I care? As long as the dwarf suffers!
The lands of Ashspring were wholly under the crazed evil's control. Every now and then, a confused zombie would pop up, even though the living had already been driven out. But that didn't matter, for the absolute evil's hordes set out for Steelsmith, King Grimly.
What? Why did you, what? Oh, okay. Okay, skip it, I see. How many have we actually done? 1, 2, 3, 5.
The Ashspring Swamplands, the
Okay.
Battle of Steelsmith. Led by Talia, the brutal evil's army had reached the dwarven town of Steelsmith and made ready to storm it. Inside, the fierce dwarven King Grimly planned its defense.
I'm stopping at this one because that would be 5. There's 20, so and also we're coming up on 3 hours. Well, 30 minutes from 3 hours.
All right, you lazy buggers, get ready. That evil horde is going to show up with that pointy-eared cow any moment now. But Steelsmith is a fortress like none they've ever seen. So, take your positions, and don't forget the elf is mine. I'm going to make slippers out of her ears. Did you hear the rumbling? They're here. I feel it in my right corn. Send out the scouts and prepare the death hammer!
Finally, the time of the great battle was at hand. Talia's troops had taken the quickest route from the Ash Spring swamplands, and they were full of anger and determination to win this final confrontation.
I wouldn't say that. I'm still trying to persuade myself to return to the forces of good.
Okay. A part of Talia burned with anger and determination to win this final confrontation. Another wanted to form work groups and look after the bonsai garden.
Ugh, ignore my little moments. I'm going to crush that god's damned dwarf. He's made his last stupid comment about elves. I'm going to make gloves out of his beard.
What's this whole thing about everybody using bits of their opponents for slippers or gloves? That's incredibly unhygienic. The time had come. Talia began to raise a great army for the erratic evil. And again, the exploratory evil dug up a few trapped dwarves. Obviously, getting trapped while digging seemed to be the order of the day around here.
Oh yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one where, yeah. Okay.
Again, the expansive evil's little snots accidentally dug up a troop of dwarves. How long had they been living there, and what did they eat?
did you find me lost mine workers, Talia? Nice of you. Right, lads, show her where the hammer hangs. Hey, Talia, open those pointy ears of yours. I have a surprise for you when the hellspawn. Something world-shaking. Come on, men! Fire the death hammer!
By the goddess! Is that...
Grimly had had a gigantic hammer built. The Death Hammer. This caused not only a disturbance in the force, but also in the ground, causing a massive earthquake. The effect on the dungeon was clearly noticeable. The dungeon heart in particular could only withstand but a few such blows.
How do you like that, you damned evil brood? Now, we just have to take a few minutes to rewind. But it was damn well worth it. Stay and enjoy the show, evil scum.
In his own lovingly insulting manner, Grimly made it clear to Talia and the perplexed evil that pulling back would not be an option. The giant hammer had to be destroyed.
We can't stay here. That thing has to be destroyed. After analyzing it briefly, I've discovered a great weakness.
Throw something through the 2-meter-wide cooling vent to destroy the reactor?
What? Nonsense! The thing is standing right there, so we can smash it to pieces.
Oh, why did I expect sophisticated tactics when I'm hanging around with bloodthirsty, not exactly intelligent, evil creatures?
But that's gonna have to change that room now.
Give your orders. Showed him. Evil is unstoppable!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Power flows through my veins.
Payday.
What to do? Ah! What do you want me to do? God, hey!
Daughter, reconsider your deeds. You can still turn back. No one need die today. Except these disgustingly evil creatures, perhaps, but certainly neither Grimly nor you.
This bloke is more stubborn than those phone marketing people who are always trying to get me to buy some shite.
I too think that we should maybe rethink this. It is now time for dwarves to die! Come.
Obliterate the evil rabble!
Take that! Ouch! Ouch!
It's on cooldown, so I don't particularly care about it right now.
What's up?
It's payday.
I would take it down by when it hits 1 minute.
Everything good must die. This power.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
What do you want me to do? So much for your death hammer, Grimly. Oh, did we break your toy? Are you going to cry like a little baby?
You pay for that. Don't be giving yourselves any medals yet. The Dwarven Empire will strike back. Of that you can be sure.
We could still solve this peacefully. You? Now? Really? In my moment of triumph? There is nothing you can't ruin, is there? Sorry. Holy crap! You're even good to me! Sister, you have some real issues. I have to go take care of a Dwarven king and tear his city apart. Follow me to Steelsmith! These cowardly dwarves have actually blown up the bridge. I mean, it's good for my ego to be feared that greatly, but how are we gonna get through there now?
The having a look around evil's army had discovered a stone heap. Just a little brute force, and it would fall into the ravine to form something like a bridge. Computer game logic.
Oops, this evil vermin is faster than I thought. We have to speed things up. All right, men, activate the second Death Hammer!
Another one of those things? Ah, damn it all anyway. Get ready for impact!
With a kaboom! The second death hammer hit on the ground and sent its destructive waves toward the dungeon. The dungeon heart groaned under the blow. This death hammer also had to be destroyed quickly in order to save the dungeon heart.
Just to make sure nothing happens to my poor little hammer, I also built an SLD-26 magical tower shield generator. So knock yourselves out!
Generously, the foolish Dwarf King Grimly revealed the safety mechanisms to the listening and taking notes evil. Before the second death hammer could be turned off, a team would have to land on Endor. I mean, the eager for a Star War evil had to destroy the magic shield.
Right then. First, we'll destroy the magical tower, and then Death Hammer number 2. No problem. We're good at breaking things.
Hands off my SLD-26 magical tower shield generator!
Hey, Grimly. Your toys break easily. My pals barely got their hands on it and it broke. So, So, people, let's have a look at this second death hammer, shall we?
Keep your hands to yourself and I'll bite your fingers off, you goddamn wench. Right, men, prepare the Death Hammer!
Grimly seemed a little desperate upon seeing the occasionally gigging as a stand-up comedian evil turned out to be a brilliant strategist. It relentlessly sent its armies towards the second Death Hammer.
Evil is unstoppable!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh, these things are pretty fragile, aren't they? Grimly, I think I accidentally broke both your hammers. I'm so sorry.
I'll strangle you with my bare hands, Gil! You goddamn disgusting...
In order to make sure we don't have to cut out all of Grimly's cursing, I'll just take over here. The brilliant evil had succeeded. The second Dwarven Hammer was also history, and its army marched inexorably towards the dwarven town of Steelsmith. Something else permeated the smell of metalworking that wafted from the city towards the dungeon. The smell of the dwarves' fear.
For good reason, too. We're going to tear their city apart. We could still return to the side of good. Let me think about it for a second. No.
Oh, damn it, you always have to be in such a hurry. I just completed my surprise. You know that all good things come in threes.
Honestly, do you have another one of those damn death hammers?
A death hammer? Ha! I have 3 death hammers!
What? The whole thing times 3? Not very imaginative, if you ask me. You are so...
Stop! Hammer time!
Together, the 3 Death Hammers had a lot more power than a single one. It would certainly be better for the Dungeon Heart if they too were quickly put out of action.
Death from above! You desire?
You know, I think it's a little too late to be thinking about making one of
There
those.
are enemies in your dungeon. Heroes are on their way to one of your islands of evilness.
Okay.
Time to die! Give your orders!
One of your islands of evilness is under attack.
Come on!
One of your islands of evilness was captured. It's payday.
Can you? Okay, they took them out. Yeah, the problem with the portals is, one, enemies can't go through them. They just destroy it. But if it's in the, like, area that they're going to be going, they're going to kill it. Wait, do I have demon? Oh, I have demons. Oh, I'm on the ground right now. The only reason why I know that is one, there's 2 green dots in the mana room, and my mana's going up, so I'm gonna assume that's 2 demons. Yeah, I wish we already had the research. They have a research on top of the research. You, it's I forget what it's called, but you pretty much make scrolls, which improve stuff. Well, one of them is you can give the Nagas increased healing. You can also give the imps increased range, which is also really good because they outrange the towers, usually. Depends on the tower, really.
There are enemies in your dungeon. The dungeon heart is being attacked.
To die. Give your orders.
Oh yeah, we could have gotten some undeads, which we could also have made some zombies. So for the undead, the graveyard, it auto produces, not auto, but
That's the way you want it. I'll take care of you myself. For death and glory, the horn
if
of
there's
Hammerhand shall sound in the deep one last time. Men, let this be the hour when we draw swords together. Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn!
Finally, your final hour has come.
the Snots will bring, Snobs, whatever, will bring 4 dead bodies over to the graveyard, which would make 4 zombies, or 8, depending if you have the upgrade for it.
With these words, Grimly the Dwarven King breathed his last.
A well-earned victory for evil! Ha! All the legends and stories that revolve around good heroes. Utter nonsense. In the end, evil will always triumph. Time to enjoy my victory.
Talia, what have you done? You killed Grimly. I will have to punish you for this. Stay where you are. I'll be there in a couple of hours.
Apparently, Tanos was anything but enthusiastic about his foster daughter's deeds. The insightful evil knew that a confrontation was not yet advisable and ordered Talia to travel west, always west.
We could always wait for Father and try to explain everything to him. Oi, 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 oh, come on. Even my good side can't be that naive. He'll skin me alive if he gets his hands on me. There's no way I should get anywhere near him until his anger is cooled. Unfortunately, I'm afraid I have to agree with my evil me. We should let the grass grow over the whole thing first.
Oh, good and evil in agreement. A rare stroke of luck, I'd say. So it was time to run.
Yeah, the graveyard, they bring 4 dead heroes over, and after sitting there for a bit, they make 4 zombies, which doesn't cost anything, doesn't add to your supply limit. They're free. It's going to happen anyways. I usually put those on the guard duty just because they die too quickly. You can also get skeletons via the upgrade system that I was talking about earlier. You can increase the number of zombies you can get, skeletons, all that. And the undead, when they die, they just reappear. Well, they take a little bit of time, but they just appear in the graveyard and sit and revive over time. Pretty much the same for demons, but there is no cost for them to just revive. All of the demons, when they die, they revive the exact same way. I think the Elite also, I don't know, I've never had him die, because that would be interesting. But yeah, either way, I'm going to be calling it here, because we've gone 5 missions, there's 20.
Here, the only problem was, as usual, his own death. After the Dwarven King Grimly suffered a premature death at the hands of the hero-beating evil's armies, the dark elf Talia got herself out of dodge. She took the evil creatures and retreated into the tunnels and mines of Steelsmith, which were connected to the most remote places in the world. The hasty departure proved to be very wise indeed, for shortly afterwards, Tanos appeared on the scene, and with him, a mighty army of good. When he found his dwarven friend's lifeless body, he screamed his pent-up anger out into the world, as overly emotional heroes are often prone to do. A few hours later, Tanos gathered with his 2 remaining comrades and commanders in his tent. We will now repeat approximately what was said. I, the evil will destroy us. We are lost. Wail, wail, and so on. In the end, Tanos called his fellow soldiers to order and commanded them to return to their respective empires and strengthen their defenses. So it was time to do what all good folks do: hide themselves behind thick walls in fear and hope that the storm would pass them by and hit the others. How exceedingly honorable. In the meantime, Tanos sent out some spies to track down his evil student. The Dark Elf had, by then, beaten her way through the mines of Steelsmith, accidentally awakened an army, and fled from a whip-swinging demon. The usual stuff that happens when traveling through dwarven tunnels. At least they had left Tanos and the armies of good far behind them. and now moved almost unmolested through the countryside, determined to continue spreading chaos and horror.
Okay. Okay. That's all for today. You can play this co-op. It's pretty much just both people just being able to do stuff. Like you could both of you could be building. You could have one person that just strictly controls the army above. It's really all up to you. Like, that's how me and Diz were playing. He was the one doing the dungeon, and I was just conquering the above ground. So yeah.